Hey everybody, the full moon in Gemini is clocking in at 4:02 a.m. Eastern Time on Sunday, December 15th. This is the same day that Gemini's ruling planet Mercury also finally goes direct. This, I think, is going to be a very interesting full moon. We're going to dive into the energies for you with the tarot. Keep watching. So welcome to the channel, or welcome back. So awesome to see you here. So this reading is for all signs. It is timestamps. Timestamps are in the first pinned comment and also in the description of the video. We're going to ask the tarot, what important conversation do you need to have with the enlightenment, the info, the intel that you are getting from this full moon in Gemini? And also the clarity of mind that hopefully you have also experienced with reevaluating situations when Mercury has been retrograde. So I did a whole video on Mercury retrograde and the truth kind of coming out. And again, like Mercury retrograde can be a good time to have those truthful epiphanies, so to speak. But Gemini is all about the gift of the gab, right? It is about conversing, communicating, writing, speaking, all of those things. So I think it's going to be an important full moon, as I said, to have an important conversation that may be long overdue. Now, of course, with full moon energies, we want to be careful to not, go off the rails, so to speak, because it's intense energy. And also the day that a planet stations is, whether direct or retrograde, is usually more potent. So Mercury stationing direct on Sunday, even though that happens in the afternoon. So technically after the full moon peak, still, it's going to be potent energy because he's stationing direct. I'm going to do a weekly video. We'll just pull some cards and check in with the energies. But I feel like this full moon will the energies or the combo that you need to have may be happening at some point in the week following the full moon. It might happen, the next couple of days. It might happen. There's our cue, right? It might happen, by the end of the week upcoming after the full moon. We'll have to see. Okay. So check the timestamps. Let's get into it. And I forgot to mention that I am going to break this out by houses. So watch for your rising sign first and then your sun sign and kind of combine the two messages. All right, Aries, a full moon happening in your third house of siblings. It's the house of transportation. It is, of course, the house of your mind. It is the writing, speaking, teaching, networking, sales. So you may need to have a conversation about these areas. So let's see what you need to know about that. Have you made up your mind about some sort of important project? Are you going to be telling other people about something you've created, like, finally putting it out there and marketing it? It could be something like that too. Okay, or maybe you need to talk finally to a brother or sister about a situation. All right, let's see. This is my mouse pad. Okay, let's see. All right, we have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Four of Cups. I'm going to pull 5 cards. We'll just look at all of it holistically. We have the Tower. We have the Ace of Cups. And we have your energy. I think something is going to go better than expected for you. Okay, with this energy. In fact, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with the Tower in your heart. Remember, Tower is not always bad. We have this beautiful Ace of Cups surrounding it, and then your energy. So, and Aces for me are about the self. So this is like you being very happy, Ace of Cups, Emperor, with speaking the truth, having some sort of important conversation. Maybe you've been tweaking something, you've been weighing options, you've been kind of going back and forth, maybe, playing with scenarios. Like just practically thinking, okay, if I try this, what would happen? If I do that, what would happen? We have the Four of Cups here. So you are trying to find a solution to perhaps some sort of, as I said, problem or situation that keeps going around and around. So I think you're going to find it. I really do. I think you could have, at this full moon, you could have this kind of sudden epiphany. You or someone close to you could have a sudden change of heart. Again, I think in a favorable way that will help heal something and resolve something and make you feel like everything's okay because you're showing up here as the Emperor. So I like this. I think you are going to be making some sort of executive decision that feels right to you, that feels good to you. Whatever you express, I think will also be well received. Again, that's why I'm saying like, it's kind of like you're going to be pleasantly surprised. You could be it's not that you're afraid. You could be wary. I'm going to say that, wary with the Four of Cups of trying something again. You know, like putting something out there again, having a conversation with somebody, like a sibling or, you know, somebody else important in your world. You could be a little wary about approaching the conversation. But again, I think there is a pleasant surprise in store here with this. There may be something that, you know, with these two energies, the Tower and the Emperor, but we have the gorgeous Ace of Cups. So this is, you know, softening anything that's going on. I feel like there may be a little Aries bravery that you are calling upon for this conversation. It's not that you avoid conflict. Aries really doesn't. I mean, but let me also reframe that. You are a Martian. You are, you know, ruled by Mars. But Mars is also about strategy. Like Mars isn't always like, you know, like, let's go for it. It can be, but I think whatever this is, you've just been a little, like I said, wary. So whatever this conversation is that you're going to have, or whatever way you're putting yourself out there or your creativity out there, because it's your third house we're talking about, it is drawing upon your Mars bravery instincts, shall we say. You know, you're summoning the hero or heroine within to have this important conversation or connection with your immediate world, your immediate group of people, even perhaps. Because it's something I think very important to you. Okay, with this. All right. And again, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised, but there could be something like you're putting yourself out there. It's just, you know, you're putting yourself out there in a significant way that is requiring a little bit of bravery from you. I don't feel it's confrontational. I'm not feeling that from these energies, but nevertheless, it is drawing you into this element of bravery. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Because of this Four of Cups here. Okay. Like a little bit, well, I'm just a little like, I don't know. I'm a little skeptical. Should I do this? And you're like, yeah, I am doing this. I am having this conversation. I am putting something out there because it means a lot to me. Ace of Cups. And because also you are doing it from a very pure and genuine place. The Ace of Cups here, like your heart is pure. With whatever this is, you are sincerely wanting to communicate something. You've just been kind of afraid to, and you've been weighing like the approach, which way should I do it? But you're going to get there. And this is good. I love this. I love this. So the only thing I would say here is be a little bit of the softer version of yourself. Be the softer strategic Aries. You don't need to go in with, you know, with all Aries fires ablazing, right? You don't have to. That's all I'm saying. Take a leaf out of your seventh house's book, Libra, right? And just be a little more Ace of Cupsy and gentle in your communication. But I think this conversation has the potential to go very well for you. All right, Taurus. So the full moon is happening in your second house of show me the money. It is also the house of your self-worth and self-esteem. So you may need to have an important conversation. I think asserting some sort of boundary, right? Of saying to somebody, you know what, that's not for me. Or you know what, that is for me. Okay, so maybe you've been making up your mind about some sort of important money matter, a decision about your money, how you're going to use your money, what you're going to buy, what you're going to invest in, how you're going to use and invest your time and energy. And you're coming to some decisions and you're like, I don't know. I gotta tell this person yes or no. That's what I'm feeling. Like, is something right for you or is it not for you? And you're gonna be telling somebody. 3 of Wands. 4 of Pentacles. It's probably about money. This is what I feel. Of course it is about money. It's the full moon in your second house. But I mean, you know what I'm saying. Ace of Pentacles. The Lovers. There's the Gemini. And the Strength. Okay. All right. First of all, what I am feeling is that if somebody close to you is asking you for money, I would really think twice about it. It's not that there's anything negative here necessarily, but we have the Ace of Coins in your heart. Aces for me are about the self, as I say all the time. This is your energy and it's in your heart. The Lovers are here. There is a choice. This is the Gemini. There is somebody or a choice to be made, like I said, about some financial commitment. The Strength is here. Matters of the heart. This is also family, okay? Or people you would consider family or they consider themselves to be your family. You know, it's the family we choose. We have the 4 of Coins here, which is the girl who holds on to her money. And it's very Taurus connected for me, the 4 of Coins. And we have this 3 of Wands, which is interesting. So this could be, I'm going to read it first as somebody who's asking you for money. Then I'll come back to another interpretation. This could be somebody who is seeing you as an opportunity. So there may be an opportunist in your midst. That was fun. I liked saying that. Okay, there could be. And I think what these cards are counseling, because it's always about how you use the energies, these cards are counseling for you to think about yourself first. You are not a bad person if you say no to somebody. If you feel like you need to say no, that it's really not right for you, you want to hold on to your own money. So somebody could be seeing you as their personal ship that's coming in, or they've been thinking of you as their personal bank account. And you're like, wait, hold up. I know that, you know, we're close and whatever, but I also have to think of my own finances, the Strength. And the Strength card can also be, while it's not like, you know, like this, it can be that calm, quiet strength of standing your ground. You know, it's Leo, right? And Leos, you know, they don't always have to roar. They can just stand there and look a little intimidating, you know? So there can be something here too of you standing in your strength, because this is your second house of self-worth also. You standing in your strength and saying no. If that is what feels aligned for you to say no. It could feel, maybe you're going to say yes. But you're in your heart. I would say, okay? So there's a choice to be made here. There's a conversation to stand on business. That is what I feel with somebody. I don't care how close they are to you. You know, this Strength card, your 4th house, Leo, the home thing. But it's also your financial foundation. And your financial foundation is over here. Now, this is very different. Well, let me go back. We teach people how to treat us, as we know. So if you set up a situation where you are the money bags and you're always giving to somebody, then they're going to always be taking. Now, here comes my Taurus boy. Now, that is not to say that you should never give to people. I am not saying that. Okay? That's not what I'm saying. But what these cards are saying to me is there's something here that is really about you valuing yourself enough, like I said, or making the decision with love for yourself to stand on business. It can also be an example of tough love. Maybe this person, again, has been using you as their personal bank account, and you're just going to be like, if you really care about them, you will say no. They've got to stand on their own 2 feet. Okay, so it can be something like that. The other possibility here is that it is very possible that you're going to have a conversation about some money offer, some money deal, something going on with a client. Maybe you're trying to land or something, you know, apply the energies to your life. There's an opportunity coming in. You know, is it going to be worth it? Four of Coins. Are you going to get enough out of it or from it? That is the Four of Coins. Like, you got coin to hang on to, right? It's not worth it if you have a client and then, you know, by the time you deal with all their shenanigans, and what should have taken only, you know, 5 hours has now taken 10 hours, and you don't really have enough money left at the end of the day to show for it. It can be that type of thing. And in that sense, you're going to say no. You might also say yes if you feel like this is going to strengthen, the Strength card, your financial foundation, and in building a relationship that will be profitable for you. With the Lovers. So the Lovers is choices, right? So I would say the first conversation you need to have is with yourself. Okay? And then, you know, depending on the conversation you have with yourself and what you decide, you will be having a conversation with somebody else close to you. The Lovers is here. And really stand on business. That is what I feel. That's the phrase I keep getting for you, Taurus, with this Strength card. Okay? So that's a conversation that's probably going to be on your plate with this Gemini full moon. All right, Gemini. So the full moon's in your sign. It is in your sign. Your ruling planet is going direct in your 7th house of other people. And, you know, the full moon in your sign. So there's probably going to be some important conversation you're going to have with somebody, business or personal, that's the 7th house, about what you need. Your needs, what's important to you. 1st house, the self. It could also be the self. The 1st house is also the physical body. So it could also be something like that, like having an important conversation with a physical therapist, a doctor, a trainer, you know, like something like that. It's possible, but probably more likely something to do with you asserting a need, having a conversation about a need. I need this going forward. This is important to me. Okay, like everybody, like, get on board. It's important to me. And I think, you know, using this retrograde time, getting clear on what's important to you. The other thing, too, I haven't mentioned really in this reading yet, but Neptune is in Pisces. It is now going direct, and it is squaring this full moon. So that can bring tension between, you know, the emotional reality that you would like to have, or the emotional reality that exists, and the one you'd like to have, that you fantasize about. It's like, you know, the conversation needs to be based in reality, not in wearing the rose-colored glasses anymore. That's the other thing. So keep that in mind. And don't fall for somebody's sad little tale of woe. That's the other thing. Like, if you have a conversation and you express what you need, 1st house, and they're like, oh, but Gemini, I really can't, like, get on board with that because, you know, blah, 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 da, 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 da. You're like, okay, Neptune squaring the full moon. That's what it is. So there could be somebody who tells a sad sob story. So, but at least you will know. You will have the conversation. You'll see what their reaction is. And if they can't get on board when they give you excuses, then you make your next decision after that, which may be to move along and not deal with them anymore. It's possible. 2 of Pentacles. And the Page of Cups. There's our Pisces energy. The Hermit in your heart. The 7 of Swords. And the Queen of Cups. More Pisces energy. Okay. I think, you know, there's just something going on here, I think, about you expressing an emotional truth. 100%. About what you need. That you feel in your heart there is something going on. I feel something that's making you feel set apart or lonely or estranged or cut off from this person. Okay, so because let's just look at this as emotional energy. I mean, you may be dealing with a water sign. Okay, we have a Page of Cups and a Queen of Cups. But it's just an emotional situation. So you could feel like you are emotionally estranged. You would like to be closer to someone in some way. the Page of Cups. And I think that's the conversation you're going to have. You're going to be the page. You're going to initiate a conversation saying, I would like to get closer to you. And whatever that means, like it could be a romantic, it could be, I just want to get to know you better. It could be, if you have a current partner, I'd like to spend more time with you. Like, I feel like we're distant, like, you know, whatever that means for you. Like I say, apply the energies to your life. You were weighing like options, like, should I do this? Should I not do this? How am I going to approach it? What are the practicalities? But also the Two of Coins can be, I keep going around and around with this, and I'm not really sure how to fix it. So I'm going to try, but I am going to try. Because, you know, Gemini, you're not meant to be lonely. I mean, you can choose to be alone. That's different. Okay, but the loneliness with this Hermit, like, you are meant, you need your twin, right? Whoever that might be. It could be your cat, could be your BFF, I mean, whomever. You are meant to communicate and be engaged with somebody or somebodies. That's part of being a Gemini. So, but then we got a Seven of Swords here. Okay, that was my Lily Tomlin screwed up face. Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups and the Seven of Swords. I'm just gonna say it. I think somebody's gonna pay lip service, but they may not really change. They don't want to lose you. There's somebody in your life. They don't want to, you know, say goodbye to you. But I think they're going to tell you what you want to hear. That's what I feel with this. I don't feel this is you, the Seven of Swords. I feel this is you, the Page of Cups. So, you know, let's see what happens. I think somebody's going to tell you what you want to hear during this conversation. It is up to you to be on your alert, your spidey senses alert to all of this. And then you're going to have to, probably after that conversation, sift through this Hermit in your heart and come to some sort of spiritual resolution for it, for yourself. Doesn't mean you have to leave the relationship, but are you going to be okay with that? This full moon is going to show you where you stand with a situation that's very emotional. But there is an emotional truth. I mean, the emotional truth could come out. Maybe they will make an effort. I doubt it, though, because the Seven of Swords is here. I don't like this. Okay, so I don't mean to, you know, be a downer here, but these are the cards that came out. So it could be, I mean, the other way to look at this, it could be that somebody is feeling the same way as you and they were hiding it. I mean, that's another way to look at it. Maybe they're also feeling that disconnect from you. And maybe by you being the one to extend, you know, the olive branch or whatever, and open, you know, the emotional cup here with the Page of Cups and open the door to having this conversation, the truth may be revealed from this person that, yeah, well, Gemini, I've been missing you. I feel like we're not really connecting, like, you know. So, I mean, that's possible too. Okay, so I would just be alert. You know, the full moon, yes, reveals truths, but sometimes it's not always the truth that comes out of the mouth. It is the truth that you feel in your body, that your intuition is getting, that you hear clairaudiently, or, you know, whatever. So it can be, like I said, they're telling you what you want to hear, but the truth of how you're receiving their words in your body is telling you the truth of something very different. That is the full moon. Right, especially in your sign, revealing all. So that is what I feel. I mean, there could be something too where you're in some sort of back and forth negotiation here, this Two of Pentacles, with something business related. That's possible because of the Pentacles. Maybe you're making a good faith, goodwill offer, Page of Cups. You're being stoic, Hermit, in your heart about it. But as I said, we get a cat walking in front of the camera, and we got Seven of Swords and a Queen of Cups. Okay, so let's see how it plays out. But just, I think the important thing to remember is that the truth is going to come in your body. When you receive those words, whatever they're saying to you, trust your intuition. All right, Cancer. So the full moon is happening in your 12th house of the subconscious, things hidden behind the scenes. So what kind of conversation are you going to have, right, with this energy? 12th house can also be with healers, with therapists, people who work in certain institutions, shall we say. So it could be something like that. It could be some sort of spiritual guru. It could be you're going to have a conversation through prayer. It could be something like that. But it could also be that you're going to have a conversation with a dream you have, or somebody in a dream. That's possible. You could be having a conversation with a deep part of yourself, if you allow that to happen, or a deep part of yourself is going to try to communicate with you. There could be a spirit communication that is going on with this full moon, whether through dream, through reverie, through something that happens outside, through some other means of spirit communication. All of that is possible. So the conversation you need to have, probably, Cancer, is about, something along these lines, some sort of, could be you're missing somebody, wanting to connect with them, that they've left this earthly plane and they're on the other side, so to speak, and really you're missing them. It's the holidays, right? You're missing them and you really want to connect with them. They may have been leaving clues during the Mercury retrograde that they've been kind of around and open to that communication. And maybe as the Mercury gets ready to station direct, that this will be the ripe time for you to have that convo with them. Or they will have it with you, like I said, through a dream, or leaving you some other sort of tangible evidence that they have been around and they have been listening to you. So it could just be like something like that, or just a conversation with a deep part of yourself that you haven't connected with in a long time. Journaling would be great for you at this full moon to get really deep, into your heart and soul of what you need right now. How best to maybe take care of your spiritual well-being. All right, so let's see. Let's see what we have. Cancer for you. And of course, Mars is retrograde. Well, it's not in your sign yet. That won't happen till early January, but it's not quite there. Oh, 5 of Swords. Okay. And we have the 7 of Coins. And we have an 8 of Wands. I just had to yell at the cat. We have an 8 of Wands. We have a Queen of Wands. And we have an Empress. Okay. So we have fire sign, female energy showing up here. We have 5 of Swords. We do have Mother. I always call this Mother Hell. But it could be a child. Okay, so depending on who's communicating. What I am feeling here, let's talk first about if it's a spirit visitation. I feel like somebody on the other side has been upset about either something you've been going through, a battle that you have been fighting, 5 of Swords, that you have been dealing with. Or they have been wrestling with something on their end, on the other side, that, has upset them in some way. Okay, it could be the way the last conversation y'all had. It could be something else that they are processing through, because that is what happens on the other side when we cross over, that they're processing through different things. They may feel some regrets. They may feel some upsetness. And 5 of Swords is my daytime anxiety card. So they may feel some sort of upsetness as they're on the other side here evaluating 7 of Pentacles, their kind of life's journey, and did they fulfill their soul contracts? So they could be trying to communicate, like maybe they felt they didn't fulfill something in their soul contract, or they didn't fulfill something in their soul contract with you. Okay. And they want to come back and make that right. With this Queen of Wands is about justice. Okay. It's not just the Queen. That's not the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords can be vengeance. Queen of Wands is justice. I think there is a difference. Okay. So with this Queen of Wands here and this Empress, it could be, again, like this person who's passed and crossed the veil. They could be wanting to come back and ease your mind, Empress, and give you some loving, lovely energy, um, you know, for a sense of justice, shall we say, if that makes sense. Okay, with this Queen of Wands. This Eight of Wands is, again, a fast-moving energy. It is an energy of, it's a lot of energy coming at once. And that is what happens when there's a communication from the other side. It can be challenging. It can take a lot of energy and be very challenging for them to come from the other side. Okay, a lot of energy. But also, it is the Leo energy, the Eight of Wands. It is the heart-centered energy. So that bond has not been broken between the two of you. It is still there. But they also could be coming to help you. Maybe you've been going through a very rough time. This is you crying in the corner, and here this person's trying to come and take away your problems, the Four of Swords. That is possible. There may be one problem they can't really help you with. I mean, they can't do everything. But they may be trying to help you see things from a different perspective with the Seven of Coins, to look at, what you do have rather than what you don't have, right? To look at your life from a different perspective. And then we have this Eight of Wands. Again, that bond cannot be broken. They are one flash of energy, away, so to speak, at this full moon. They're right there. They're right there. The Queen of Wands, again, this energy of integrity, this energy of wanting to give you a boost of positive energy. And then the Empress, also that loving, beautiful energy. I am going to say this also, if this is resonating for you. And I mean, I don't ever tell people what to believe, okay? I do believe that souls return. I do believe that. And it is possible also that who's ever trying to contact you from beyond the veil is going to get ready to incarnate again fairly soon. It's possible with these energies. And so it could be that they're kind of coming to you now to give comfort, and coming to you quickly because they may be getting ready to go on to their next journey and come back soon, because she's pregnant here. So they may be, coming back. They may also be giving you news of a pregnancy. They may be giving you news of a new life that's going to be coming. It may not be pregnancy, but it could be a new life that's going to get ready to come into your world, like a new furry companion or a new grandchild even, or some other new person, new energy, the birth of the new, fresh life energy coming into your world. They could be giving you news of that. They could be giving you news to, again, like, see your world from the positive perspective and hang on and hang in, because things are going to be changing very soon for you. So all of these are possible interpretations. But the conversation I would have is with this energy. And if they're not coming to you in a dream, which maybe they don't, then write them a letter, have a conversation with them that way. Try to get into some sort of stream of consciousness without, not thinking. Just let your pen go and write to this person and see what flows through your pen. That they can communicate that way also. So I think this could be a very, very powerful full moon for you to get some answers from beyond that may give you a lot of hope and healing and optimism with whatever you might be going through. All right, Leos, let's see what important conversation you need to have. The full moon is happening in your 11th house of networks and friends. And of course, hopes and wishes and dreams. Personal gains. All right, Leos, let's see. Important convo at this full moon. Four of Coins. Four of Cups. Three of Pentacles in your heart. Nine of Pentacles, your Virgo money house. Interesting. And the Two of Cups. So there's, I think, an important negotiation that is going on in terms of your money and your career. We also have the Virgo. The fours for me are Virgo. I got Virgo on the brain here. We have Virgo over here, Nine of Coins. Excuse me. We have the Four of Coins, which is Taurus for me, which is your 10th house of career. But this is also financial foundation. This is, I am, wanting to make things better. I hope the universe brings me an offer, an opportunity I would like to get out of this emotional funk about my finances and my foundational security with my money. I have a 3 of coins in my heart, meaning that I'm hoping this plan that I'm trying to get together will actually come together and bring me the prosperity that I desire. 9 of coins, 2 of cups here. So the 2 of cups, face-to-face conversation, making a deal, probably in regards to something work-related with your finances. Okay, the 9 of Pentacles here, the Virgo. So there could be, with the 9 showing up, there could be some proposal that you are putting out there. Again, a plan. You could be presenting to a group of people. 11th house, right? So there could be some sort of major presentation that's going to be happening for you. Client proposal to your boss. I mean, whatever it might be. But it probably with a group, because it's the 11th house. So like you're going to present, or you are putting in a proposal to present at a conference. It can be something like that. And somebody, I think, is going to find your idea, 9 of coins, very valuable. Whatever you're going to be putting out there and offering is going to be very valuable to this person. But I think there's a very important conversation coming to a head about it. It should work out. I mean, I hope so. We don't have any conclusion here. We have the conversation happening. You have a good shot at something, is what I feel, with whatever this means for you. Okay, what I would say, because it's always about the advice that the tarot can give us, right? And we can take or leave that advice because we have free will. The 4 of Cups is here, meaning that you may need to adjust your attitude a little bit. Think about it. Don't approach this situation from a 4 of Cups. The girl's kind of doubting herself, or she's emotionally uneasy, or she's feeling apathetic, or feeling defeatist before she's even tried anything, right? And remember, the 4 of Cups too is the hand coming in. So there is a hand coming in and saying, Leos, hello, we do want to hear from you. What's your plan? What's your proposal? Okay, so, make sure you check this attitude at the door. This 4 of Cups. So that you can go in there, like this girl here, looking very proud, very accomplished, very like, I got this, right? So you can go in there with that, I got this attitude. But also, be your Leo gorgeous self, a very like cordial, emotionally enthusiastic. That's a 2 of Cups, right? It's very nice. There's going to be a matching energy that's going to, like I said, like what you're putting out there. Like what you're putting down, what you're proposing. So that's the conversation. It's time to get out of this funk of staying. I mean, 4 of coins can be a little stuck energy too. It can be like, well, why should I even bother? It's never going to change. It can be a little of that, these 2 4s. But you still want to try, but you got to kind of, maybe just give yourself a pep talk here a little bit to go out there and try. Because I think if you do, you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Like I said, somebody's going to really value 9 of coins, your 2nd house Virgo, value your energy and your proposal, your ideas, your wisdom. A Virgo. So you have a full moon in your 10th house of career. 10th house is also the house of the public. 10th house is also your committed marriage partner, if you have one. Okay, so it could be an important conversation with any one of those 3 scenarios. So let us see. Virgo. The Sun. Okay, very nice. And the Knight of Pentacles. Ace of Cups in your heart. 3 of Cups. And the 5. What is this? This 5 of Cups. Okay, what I am getting is the first thing I got before I even pulled all the cards, what I was getting is that you have built up a lot of goodwill, which is what I was getting from the first 2 cards. That you have built this goodwill up over time. There is something that you have built in your life, Knight of Pentacles, and this Sun card that has been very profitable for you, very wonderful, very happy, and has made you happy. And we have a Three of Cups here. I think this is a going away party. So there could be a discussion about a party that will be taking place in the public. Now, this could be a retirement party because we're talking about a full moon in the 10th house of your career. Now, maybe this party doesn't happen this month, but this is the month you decide, you know what, I'm retiring next year or whatever. And you put in that notice if you have to give notice for that. Or I got a better job, I'm leaving. So farewell party. It could be your spouse, if you have one, that's going on for them. So what I am getting here is it may be important for you to have a conversation with someone about the underlying feelings, Five of Cups, about this transition. So, like I said, you've built up a lot of goodwill. This Sun, Knight of Coins, over a long period of time, this has given you a lot of happiness. But there is likely a new beginning for you in your life with this Ace of Cups in your heart. So this could be, like I said, a new beginning, life after retirement, a new beginning of joy at a new job, a new beginning of whatever, okay? In regards to this 10th house. This could even be like if let's say you don't work, maybe you just volunteer. This could be the type of thing where you've built up a lot of goodwill in volunteering and whatever, but now you're stepping down from your position because somebody else is going to take over the board of directors at, the cat rescue or something. So there is something here that's a little bittersweet, but there is a party. There's a celebration with this Three of Cups. So I think that's what's going on. There's going to be a conversation about that. Now, it doesn't have to be like a big party. It could be the type of thing where, let's say you've been an expat living abroad for the last 5 years. This is 5th house energy. This is number 5. Last 5 years, you've been living in Thailand and you've had a blast. Okay. And you're like, I love this place, but my visa's coming up. I got to leave and I'm going to maybe, go somewhere else and do some other stuff. And maybe you built up a little group of expats you hang out with. Three of Cups. Your little group is going to get together. And again, it's your public, right? That's your group that you were hanging out with, 10th house. And it's bittersweet because you're going to leave. So it can be something like that. But at the same time, you're happy because now you're going to travel to another country or you're going to go back home or wherever you're going to go. So don't let this 5 of Cups throw you. But I do think there's something here that, you're celebrating a happy ending that is helping you transition into the next chapter for you. And this is very fitting because, of course, the South Node is getting ready to go into your sign in mid-January 2025. So there will be transitions. There will be different things happening for you from the middle of January 2025 to the middle of 2026, with that South Node helping you release and reposition yourself in the world. So there may be something happening with that this week. All right, Libras. So there is a full moon in your 9th house of the big picture perspective of your life, international business, international connections. This is the travel house. This is the academia and publishing house. This is the law house. So you may need to have a conversation with a lawyer. You may need to have a conversation with a travel agent. Are there still travel agents? Everybody does their own thing online, but maybe with somebody who helps you arrange a travel. You may need to have a conversation with an international business client, those types of things. You may need to have a conversation with your publisher, if you have one, with your boss, if you work in academia, etc. So let's see what you need to know, Libras, about this energy. Libras. The Star, okay? And the Wheel. Tower. Wow, 3 major arcanas. 10 of Swords. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? And the 10 of Wands. Wow. 3 number 10s. Oh, I'm getting chills. Okay. All right, this is what I'm going to say. This is what I feel. The universe is going to set a wheel in motion for you in your life with whomever you need to have this conversation with, the areas I just mentioned. Let me just say this. Like, we do have free will. I believe that 100%. However, I also believe that there are certain things that are written in. We have free will in terms of like what our choices and how we respond to things. Well, it's really how we respond to things. But it's our choices too. I mean, it's a complicated subject. But there are also certain things I feel, this is just my belief, that are written into our soul contracts. And that, this wheel of destiny, which is so interesting, it's the Jupiter energy. It is the wheel, right? It is something that is kind of destined. And the star too, part of your destiny moving forward toward healing and growth and something that is divinely aligned for you. And then we have these two ending cards, a 10 of Wands and a 10 of Swords. So I think the universe is going to present you with a situation that takes you by surprise. It is very possible, this tower in your heart, that is going to wrap something up in your life, perhaps unexpectedly, because your destiny is elsewhere. Okay, your destiny is elsewhere. This is the Aquarius energy, the star card. Pluto has just moved in there into Aquarius. Again, it is your 5th house of love, romance, creativity, taking a risk, taking a chance. So I think, and it's a house of pleasure. I think that the universe could be, because again, 9th house, where your destiny lies, where you see yourself going. Universe is going to help you eliminate something that was very heavy on you and that had a lot of toxic energy around it. And universe is moving the wheel, is moving the compass and pointing you, here's the pointer, to a more aligned place where you can be more happy in the bigger scheme of your life. So that is what I feel. Like, let's see what news you might get, whatever you're being released from. You're being released from something very heavy. You're wrapping something up. I mean, you could be doing this yourself, but I feel like with the tower in your heart, there is some sort of element of surprise here that's going on, of how something resolves or something you get released from, so that the universe points you in a different direction. Let's see what it is. I mean, it's a general reading. The thing is, as we know, right, full moons can be intense. They can bring endings. It is, but we have ending cards here. It could be that this is an ending you weren't really expecting. Not at this time, but the timing is being directed by the universe. It is time for something to be ending so that that next chapter can open up for you with that star card. Okay, so let's see how it plays out for you, Libra. All right, Scorpio. So the full moon is happening in your 8th house of sex, death, taxes, other people's money. So you may need to have some important conversations with somebody whom you are intimate with. You could need to have an important conversation with your banker, with a mortgage broker or lender, with insurance people, debt collectors, whoever pays you, your financial advisor. Like there's all different things involving, other people who have some sort of approval or say so in regards to your money and financial life. So you could be talking with a lawyer about some sort of inheritance or setting up a trust, all of those types of things. So let us see, Scorpio, what you need to know. Full moon, 9 of coins, and the Capricorn. Ace of Cups, that's your energy in your heart. The Magician and the Tower. Okay, interesting. I feel like you're going to have an important conversation with somebody who's going to help you protect your money in some way. That is what I feel. The Ace of Cups in your heart is very good. This is your energy. Aces for me are about the self. It's Cups, which is the Scorpio. So you're thinking about yourself and what you need to do. The Devil, yes, can be an energy of toxicity, as we know, obsession, that type of thing. The Nine of Coins is here. So your own source of money, your financial independence, and protecting it from those who would like to take it from you. The Devil. Okay, whoever wants to try to get their hands on your coins, you're like, no, you're not. So I think that you may be manifesting, because again, another number one here with the Magician. This is what you create. I think you're going to find some surprising ways of creating more money for yourself and also protecting the money you do have. And you're going to make some decisions with some conversations you're going to have that's going to help you do that. If you haven't done that or you haven't considered that, then I would suggest that you think about that and maybe do it. So it can be the type of thing where you are going to talk to a lawyer about a trust to protect your assets. You could be talking to a financial advisor to help you the money that you have manifested, Magician, right? You could have recently come into some money. It doesn't have to be an astronomical amount. It could just be a year-end bonus, and you want to make the most that you can of that. You could be talking with a tax professional. This Devil could be the people who are going to take all your money, unless you could get some tax deductions. So you could be finding out some very surprising ways here with this Tower of, I think how you can protect yourself financially. That is what I feel here. Okay. And the other thing I am feeling is that you may need to have a conversation with yourself if an intimate connection is worth it. Okay. So we have the Nine of Pentacles here, which is an energy of being in solitude, being alone, taking care of yourself. We have yourself in the heart, and we have the Magician, which is also being alone. We have a Devil. So there could be energy, there could be an intimate connection you're either involved with now or you're thinking of getting involved with, but you are hesitating because there's something about it that may feel off for you. There could be a codependency thing. You could be worried about some sort of unhealthy attachment, that the person could have some sort of issue or problem, addiction or something. So this full moon, you also may be having a conversation that allows you to remove yourself from that scenario. That could surprise that person, the Tower. You may be delivering a surprise to somebody else, that you're going to stand in your truth and power and not get involved with somebody on a more intimate basis because your spidey sense is activated. You're like, this is not worth it to me. I'm already fine. Nine of Coins, Magician. Like, I already feel okay. Why am I going to get myself embroiled in something that's not going to be good? Okay. So I think there could be something like that going on for you. Because again, 8th house is intimate partners. So there could be that happening for you. But yeah, I think have a conversation with the appropriate financial professional who can help you keep more of your money. And also who could even help you manifest more money, with the Magician here too. It's not just about keeping it, the 9 of Coins, but also how can I grow it? How can I manifest more? All right, Sagittarius, full moon happening in your 7th house of partners, both business and personal, other people. So you may be having an important conversation with somebody close to you in life. Maybe you're comforting them. They could be going through some interesting things because the full moon is in their your 7th house. So your closest person could be going through something and you're there to kind of guide and comfort. That's possible. So the people in your life could be very emotional, very emo, and you're, trying to help them out. You could be seeing another side to somebody. I mean, it's the Gemini energy. So another side of somebody close in your life could be coming out that you haven't seen yet. That's possible too. Let's pull some cards. Let us see. Sag. The Chariot. And the sun. Okay. The wheel in the heart. The 6 of coins. And the Ace of Cups. Okay. I think somebody does need you to guide them, to drive them, Chariot, maybe literally drive them somewhere. Maybe maybe your best friend's car breaks down and they need you to give them a lift. That is possible. You could be signing up to drive someone somewhere. This is somebody who you're good buddies with, this beautiful sun card. It could be a child. It could be, I'm getting like driving lessons also for a child, if that's applicable to some of you, or a grandchild. But it could be that you are traveling to someone that you care about very much. This is a good relationship. The sun card. This could be your best friend, a sibling, whomever. You could be driving to see them, or they need you to take them somewhere. Okay. There is something going on with this wheel here. Look at these major arcanas that's unfolding for them, I feel. Again, it's happening in your 7th house. So the spotlight's on the other person and what's going on. So in your heart, I think you're realizing that something significant is shifting and changing with them. I don't feel negative because we have the 6 of coins here and the Ace of Cups. But, we're not continuing to look at the cards and see what's going on with them. But this is from your perspective. So you're sensing that something big is about to change in their world for them. You're helping bring balance, the 6 of coins here. That is your offer to them, the Ace of Cups, extended in the hand of goodwill and friendship, that I am here for you, right? I am giving you the gift of my time and loving energy to help you through whatever you are going through. Okay, so there may be, like I said, a travel to see them. You may be driving them somewhere. Your presence is going to be this beautiful healing balm to help them through emotionally. Like you are there holding their hand through something. And it doesn't have to be negative. It could just be like, again, with the driving here, the Chariot, it could be your 16-year-old is getting their driver's license and you got to take them and be there for them, give them moral support and get them through it, right? It can be something like that. Whatever it might be, but it could be a significant rite of passage that they're going through, and they would like you there to keep them grounded, to keep them emotionally okay. And you're more than happy to do it with this Ace of Cups. That is what I feel. I feel like you're having a conversation with somebody about this key support that you can bring for them, but you're not just talking about it, you're going to actually be doing it with the Chariot. You are showing up. And that means a lot. So not that you haven't shown up before, but there is something here that it's not so much about, necessarily the talking, although it might be. Maybe they need, somebody, a shoulder to cry on, or, it could be something legal. I mean, it could be that they need you there to drive them to the courthouse, 6 of coins, because maybe their rite of passage is they're getting a divorce, right? And you're like, don't worry, I'll take you. I'll be there for you when, you sign the papers or go to the lawyer's office. It can be something like that, right? I like the practical examples. And you're going to be there. You're going to be there for the person. It could also be too, your person needs a distraction. They need a happy distraction, the Sun card. So it may be they need to go out to lunch. They need to go shopping with you. They need to, something that's happy that will take their mind off of whatever they're going through. And you show up for them and you do it. You give the gift of your time and energy and your heart. This is beautiful energy. So Sag, if there's somebody in your world who needs that, I know you can get very busy and distracted, as we all can. But the advice from this tarot is saying, if you really value a relationship in your life, make the time and show up for somebody. Okay. Capricorn, full moon in your 6th house of work and well-being. Are you having a conversation with a doctor, a naturopath, a healing professional? Are you having a conversation with somebody at work? Let us see, right? But that is the house of your full moon. Aunts and uncles, I think, are also the 6th house. And of course, our pets are 6th house. You could be having a conversation with your cat. That's very important. Or your dog. All right, let us see Capricorn. Five of Swords. That's for JC. Page of Wands. The 3 of Wands in your heart. The Sun. And the 6 of Wands. Okay. All right. I think there's some good news coming with this full moon based on this conversation. I think you're... All right. I'm going to use the word confront, but that's really too strong a word. What's another word? What's a better word than confront? You are taking the initiative. That's much better. It's not one word, but you're taking the initiative. And moving forward because you see the vision of what you want to accomplish. This 3 of Wands in your heart. Like you see it's so close on the horizon. There just needs to be maybe one more little piece of detail to fall into the puzzle to make this thing move forward in the way you want it to move forward. So beautiful Sun. This is Leo, your 8th house of other people's money. Also insurance. The 6 of Wands, just mentioning that because we are talking about your 6th house of health and well-being. We have the 6 of Wands. We're talking about your 6th house. We have the 6 of Wands of victory and success and finally moving forward with something. Although the 6 of Wands is more about coming home and coming back. But, okay, you are victorious, let's just say, with the 6 of Wands. This Page of Wands is you taking the initiative, having the conversation, showing up, submitting the paperwork, doing what you need to do, like, etc. Because this is not helping you, this 5 of Swords. This is the daytime anxiety card. This is the mother hell. Here's you crying in a corner, although Capricorn doesn't cry really in the corner, but you're so frustrated. You're like, geez, Louise, like, come on now. Who is this person I'm dealing with? Like, let's get it together here. I'm so frustrated that this person is not communicating. It's like blocked communication here. Like, does this person look like they communicate? No, they just put down the wall. They don't say anything, right? So like you've been dealing with this stonewall situation, but no more. Something's going to break loose at this full moon. And I think things are going to move in the direction that is going to bring happiness for you. With the Sun and 6 of Wands, this is gorgeous triumph. So it could be the type of thing that, again, there's been maybe not a deliberate stonewalling of somebody giving you the cold shoulder or the silent treatment. It just could be they didn't have any information. More classic Mercury retrograde. They didn't have any information to give you anyway. But you could be thinking the worst. Typical Capricorn. You're thinking the worst. You're crying in the corner. You're like, it's not going to happen. Right? So you're like, you know what? I'm going to send the email. I'm going to find out. I'm going to make the phone call. I'm going to see what's going on. Because darn it, I want this to happen. 3 of Wands. Like I see it so clearly. Myself in that position. Myself in that doctor's office and getting the treatment I need. I see myself getting the check in the mail from the insurance company. Like I see like the vision I want to manifest. Like, I guess I better get out of this. So this is very good. This is excellent. This Page of Wands is the key here. Of you taking those initial steps, wait till after Mercury goes direct. So wait till maybe the Monday, Tuesday. All right. And get it rolling for yourself. Get it rolling, Capricorn. All right, Aquarius, a full moon happening in your 5th house of love, romance, creativity, your children, taking a risk, the house of pleasure. So you could be having an important conversation or you need to have an important conversation with one of your kids. Doesn't matter how old they are. Okay, doesn't matter. With a romantic partner, you may need to have a conversation with your own creativity. You may need to have a conversation with somebody who's involved in your creativity, your creative life, like an editor or a publicist who's promoting your book or, something like that. You may be wanting to have a conversation with somebody about some sort of creative efforts or partnerships or connections or, something like that. So let's see what we have here. for you. Aquarius. The Judgment card. Okay. And the Ace of Cups. Two of Cups in your heart. Ace of Swords. Wow, look at this. And the Six of Coins. I think some of you are making the decision to move forward with a relationship. I really do. I mean, you got the Two of Cups in your heart. We have an Ace of Cups and an Ace of Swords. I feel like you're signing on the dotted line with the Six of Coins here. Of course, that's our Libra energy. It's gifts from the universe. Yeah. The other kind of hit I'm getting is that some of you are making the decision, having the conversation with a romantic partner to move things to the next level. It's still kind of new though, I think this relationship. So it's not like you're not moving in together. I'm not feeling like that. But the Six of Coins, it's like we are leveling up a little bit here. Okay. We are kind of rebalancing our time and energy and putting the relationship at a little higher priority than maybe we did before. We're investing more of ourselves into it. And both of you are doing that. We have both of the energies. We have your energy and whoever you're dealing with. Could be a water sign, but it doesn't have to be. And we have that Judgment. So there is a decision, I think, on both your parts, because you're both showing up here. Here you are with the conversation. And here's the two with the scale. So, you're having that conversation to invest more in that committed relationship. The other thing that could be happening with if you have a child who has been maybe going through some growing pains, you may be having a conversation with them to, again, this rebalancing of the energies that you're both committed to doing better, to listening to one another, spending more time together, really both of you working on the parent-child relationship. So that may be going on for you also. This is good. There's nothing negative. It's just there might have been some things that were a rough patch with a kid because we have the Judgment here. So something needed to be decided. There probably was even a previous conversation where we're coming now to an understanding, a judgment that we gotta kind of work. We gotta meet each other halfway. That also could be with a romantic relationship, but it could also apply to one of your kids. Maybe more so if they're grown, because, depending on your parenting style, Gen Xers were kind of yeah, whatever, drink out of the garden hose, whatever, stop sobbing. That song by the Pretenders, right? Stop your sobbing now. Get it together, right? Whereas some of the generations that come after Gen X, everybody's what is that, gentle parenting or something? Okay, whatever. Okay, this is more like gentle parenting that I'm seeing here. Can you really kind of negotiate with a 5-year-old? I don't think so, personally, but okay, so this may be more like a grown child, an adult child, where, again, maybe the decision has been made to kind of meet each other halfway, rebalance the time, etc. It could be too, maybe somebody, if you're, where you have grandkids and they've been put a lot on you, your kids have been kind of taking you for granted and, saying, can you watch kids? Can you watch the kids? Can you watch the kids? And of course you love your grandkids. And of course you want to spend time with them or your nieces or nephews or whomever, right? But you also have a life, right? And there's boundaries. They can't just assume that you're going to drop everything and just, do everything all the time on their schedule for them. So there can be some things going on there of, again, some sort of honest conversation where both are having goodwill and we're let's make this fair, the Six of Coins. I love my grandkids. I love my nieces and nephews, but we gotta make this fair. So there could be something like that going on also. There could be a negotiation with a romantic partner that you need more time for your creativity. That's another possibility with this as well. Again, no ill will, just a realization, a judgment call of I need more a balance with the energy so that I can create. Because this is a full moon in your 5th house. I want to write my novel. I want to paint my masterpiece. I want to do all the things, and I love you and I want to spend time with you, but I also need a little more private, personal time. So that's another thing that could be going on here. But the energies are good, I feel, from this reading to reach that negotiation with lots of love and care. All right, Pisces, full moon in your 4th house of home, family, roots, what nourishes you, what feeds you, your foundation in life. So you might need to have a convo with a family member, okay, about something that's going on with you. All right, so let's see what the cards have to say. Your ruling planet, Neptune, is also squaring this full moon. So, there could be a feeling of, emotional frustration on your part. Like maybe they are not seeing you clearly or seeing the truth of a situation about you. They're not seeing it clearly, or you need to express that truth to them to get them to understand where you're coming from. So there could be something like that going on. Again, it doesn't have to be negative, but all right, let us see. The Fool. The 4 of Cups. Knight of Pentacles in your heart. Knight of Cups. Wow. And a 2 of Wands. Okay. So I think you want some sort of fresh start. You want a new emotional reality, a fresh start with something going on in your home. You may also want to move. I mean, that's the other thing with this Fool card. You may want just a fresh beginning somewhere. You may be having a conversation with, even if you live on your own, you may have a conversation with your family if they live in the same town, or even if they live in some other town, about the fact that you want to move. I just don't think you know where yet. 2 of Wands is showing up here, which is being at that emotional crossroads. But I think this full moon is very important for you to express, Knight of Cups, your desires. Now, this 4 of Cups is interesting because you can feel like, look at the girl's face, right? You could feel like they're not really understanding. And it's the 4, so it's the family. The family may not be understanding your emotional needs for this new beginning that you want in your life. Like maybe you've been through a lot where you currently are. Maybe you went through a divorce. Maybe you went through losing your partner. Maybe something else happened, right? And you're just like, I need a fresh start because there's too much baggage in my current location. So it could be something like that, but they're not understanding that because they don't want you to sell the family home, or they'd be worried if you moved to, wherever and they are not there, or you're not there to take care of their kids, or what, whatever, right? That you're not right there where they think you should be in your own little box, right? But you are really thinking long and carefully, Knight of Pentacles, about this. And you are probably going to have a conversation and let them know, I'm thinking of making some important changes with where I'm living, how I'm living, who I'm living with. And we'll see how they receive that. But it doesn't matter. I think the thing that's important here is for you to express your truth about how you need a fresh beginning with something going on with your home and family. I think the 4 of Cups is interesting because I think the universe is going to bring you an opportunity. Maybe, by the end of April into May. So it could take still about 4 months. But you're sensing it, you're preparing for it, and you want that fresh start in that new beginning with the Fool card that is showing up here. And you're going to get it. You're going to get it. You're going to find your direction. Here's the compass here. You're going to find your direction. But the important thing, too, is you don't rush it. So I feel like this full moon is kind of preparing the ground, Knight of Pentacles, for them to start accepting this new emotional reality. It can be the same thing. Like, let's say you have a roommate. Doesn't have to be romantic. It could be, but I mean, whatever. Right? And you could be like, hello, I'm going to be making some changes in my life. I'm letting you know now that you need to start preparing and looking for another place, because in the spring, this lease is up and I'm moving out, and you either got to get another roommate or you got to find whatever you got to find to deal with your situation. So it can be something like that. Okay. So, but I think the important thing here is that you're solid in your heart, Knight of Pentacles, that you need this change and you're going to communicate it. Knight of Cups, probably in some sort of personal meeting. I mean, it could be like a FaceTime. I mean, you're not going to do it in an email or whatever. It could be a phone convo. Could be, you know, you meet up for coffee or whatever, Knight of Cups. Like, it could be something like that also. And you're really trusting your process with this. You're going to find your place. Take your time with this. I think the important thing for you, Pisces, is that you are now resolved that you need this new beginning with your home and your family life. How and what that's going to look like exactly is still in process, but you are confident in your decision that this change toward better freedom for yourself in some way is the way to go, is the most important thing. So thank you so much for joining me for your full moon in Gemini. What important conversation do you need to have right now with these energies? Tarot reading forecast. Please leave me a comment. Let me know, yes, what important conversation you are having to use these energies. I hope that the readings were helpful in that regard. And if you enjoyed the video, want to hit that thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. It really helps my channel with the YouTube algorithm and push the video out to more people just like you who appreciate these types of readings. So more is forthcoming. There will be a weekly coming soon. I will, of course, we will be coming out of this energy of the full moon for the week ahead. So we'll have a different approach for the week reading. We'll do our standard, 3 cards and just do our quick hit, as I like to call it, quick hit tarot, and see what you need to know about the week ahead. But we will, of course, we will not be discussing the full moon really in that reading because we just did it here in this one, okay? So just so you know, and we are gearing up for the 2025 energies. So stay tuned for all that. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and the bell so you get notified when 2025 videos will be coming soon. And I've been posting on the community page some little snippets from my Year Ahead Astrology book if you want to check those out. And that will be launching very soon as well. So lots happening, very exciting times. I hope you're all doing really well, taking care of yourself, and enjoying the holiday season. All right. Love you guys. Take care. I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde, signing out.